Harmonia Spotlight. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, I am simulcasting at this point, so make sure you guys comment that you're on. If you are on Facebook group, go to my public page so that I can see you guys on Harmonia Tarot, because I won't be able to see the comments if you are in the Facebook group Harmonia Friends. Make sure you guys are all saying hello. Let me know that you're here for HARMONITE Spotlight. If you're new to this channel and you feel guided, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. But here's the deal, guys. As you are aware, for some of you who have know what this channel is about, I am a medium. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a tarot reader. But also, I love to help the community out by bringing and broadening your spectrum of other people and other light workers out there. So every month, I pick a HARMONITE Spotlight. And each month, I bring someone out to the table to introduce to you, to broaden your perspective, but also to help you on your spiritual journey. So I'm really excited for tonight's guest because you probably heard me and you see me share a lot of her information already. I am collaborating with her and her group, but her name is Lisa Fry. I'm going to be bringing her on shortly. But Lisa is a psychic medium. She's a shaman, a trance channel, Reiki Master, certified hypnotherapist, Ordained Minister, which I didn't even know about that, and also an intuitive teacher for the late bloomer classes. Guys, here's the thing. She wears a lot of hats. And one of the things I love about Lisa and her group at My Mystical Life is that she has found this group that she's created with her husband, Sam, who's not here tonight. We should have Sam on now, but this is about Lisa tonight. But the way that they had started this group was creating a community to bring aboard this amazing community so that they could help people on their spiritual journey. And it's so easy to say how, oh, it's great to have this group and everything, but the group that she has is such a collaborative group and is so amazing because they all interact with each other. So it is really an powerful soul tribe. Okay, so if you're looking for a soul tribe, you're looking for people and you're new to the experience of your gifts or just being in the journey of feeling alone, her group, Late Bloomers, is a perfect place for you. But without further ado, let's bring Lisa on board. Hi, Lisa.
Making me blush.
So excited for you. Now, I was your spotlight last month, so it was only in return that you were going to be my spotlight for this month.
There we go. Okay, see, look, so much energy in the room. Our cameras are going wonky.
Yeah, I saw that. I was doing some kind of 80s like Mad Max thing going on. I'm like, what's going on there? What's that about?
So thank you so much. I'm really excited. Every once in a while we run across somebody on our journey and our path that just kind of lights your fire. And you are definitely one of those individuals that, when you come into the feed, it's like the room lights up because it's
Oh, I appreciate that. We got a lot of people on tonight. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Lisa, I talked a little bit about your group, but I really am very humble to be part of this group because when I first was introduced to Late Bloomers, I had a friend who was part of the Late Bloomers who was running this beautiful organization for raising money for children on New Year's Eve. She was doing a New Year's Eve bash. And she asked me to be a reader for it. And I said, sure, good cause, I'll do it. And I had popped on too early because that's what I am. I'm an early bird. And I had ended up in this group with all these people called the Late Bloomers. And I felt like I was in the Brady Bunch. Like all of a sudden it was tiled with all these people. I'm like, who are these? And I remember Vicky going, oh, and then there's Tanya. She's not a late bloomer. And I just had this frown on my face like, why can't I be a late bloomer?
I want to be a late bloomer.
So can you tell us a little bit why you started Late Bloomer?
Absolutely. First of all, I love the story because, Vicky and her group, the Late Bloomers that have taken classes are really dynamic. There's a dynamic group of people and intuitives that are blooming. It's really incredible. Late Bloomers came about because I didn't start on my path until I was 38 years old. I was Muggle, and we were laughing about that a little bit ago. And I just kind of stumbled through life. And then one day, things happened and there was a whole, how it goes. There's a story that goes with it. I became aware of spirit, and it was just this incredible thing. And I was alone. My husband's with me on every step of this journey. Okay. He is wonderful. He has tolerated a lot, and he is in his own right. He's a psychic medium as well, but he doesn't talk about it very much. There was no resource. There was no resource for, here, let's share. And my guides kept going, it's because you're a late bloomer. The more you bloom, the better it gets. You'll gravitate to people that are supposed to be in your circle. And as Facebook became more and more of a thing, my guides kept going, there's late bloomers out there that are waiting. And I went, okay, I don't need this much pressure.
I don't need this much pressure out there.
I'll tell you what I did. I stepped back because I felt pressure to be in the spotlight for quite a while. I stepped back for several years, actually.
Wow.
And then about 2 years ago, Metatron and I have a relationship. He tells me what I should do, and I argue with him. I never win. And he kept going, you need to start this group, and you need to call it Late Bloomers. And I went, oh, all right. So I went on live for the first time. And that's the beginning of a group that you say you're humbled to be part of the group. I'm so humbled by the group. Totally.
And what's so amazing about this group, guys, it's not just beginners.
No.
So, it's really just an eclectic group that, and this is the first time, and I've been a part of a lot of communities. I have, even through it. And I wish I had a community just like this a lot earlier. It would have made my life a lot easier, right? But one of the things I really loved about it was how much people came together. They look forward. Lisa is on, guys. She's on way more than I am, especially on a live environment. She's on Facebook primarily like every morning on at least the weekdays. You have created an environment on your channel that people look forward to coming seeing you in the mornings. I do. I go every morning and I'm like, oh, Lisa's on. I'm listening to you. Kind of like my radio show while I'm doing my work and doing stuff. And it's really amazing what you have created and the excitement of a family. Plus, you do fun stuff with a group. It's not just offering classes and courses, which are all great. But there's fun stuff in this group. She sets up travel plans for traveling. You guys are big travel people. You just went to Savannah, which was awesome. Yeah. You have your Salem trip coming up. And what another part of it that's kind of cool, you don't have to be a late bloomer to be part of that. So you're creating this like group of like, hey, come hang out with us. We're fun people. And that's usually the motto here. You really are. Like every time I was like, we're fun people. And Sam, with his crystal knowledge, unbelievable.
Right. Yeah. Sam, I wish you could have been here. But like you said, it's not about him tonight. No.
We'll have another night for Sam so he can tell us all.
But it really is an amazing. I can say this. It's an amazing group of people. There's a name. Late Bloomers is just a name for a group on a social media platform. The people that are in it are there's so many words for them. We hit a spectrum, you guys. They're wild, they're crazy. You never know what we're going to be talking about. Never know what we're going to be talking about. And it is you're right. There's all levels of intuitives on there. And it just makes it such a broad experience because somebody can get on the group and say, matter of fact, there's someone on the group tonight that I haven't replied to yet. And she's like, hey, I got something in my house. Does anybody have any ideas? And there's a whole litany of people replying like, hey, can I help? Or whatever. So the interaction with the people between them, it is amazing to me because I'll be talking to one and they're like, well, I was talking to so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. And I'm like,
and it's really amazing how, and this is why I love being a light worker, right? Is there's no competition. It's a level of helping each other because a true light worker to me is somebody who's like, listen, we guide, but we know that we can't answer everything for everybody, right? So we have to be colleagues.
Right.
And I know for me, I have so many people that come to me with tarot and like, I felt very guided to stop a lot of my tarot readings that I did like short personal ones because I was doing more where I'm like, I need hour sessions where people are accountable for their actions. So when I switched a lot of that, I still get a lot of people who want guidance, and I can't, especially with their gifts, and I don't really offer those things. So it's nice to be able to say, hey, there's a community out there that offers these eclectic classes if you're, just opening up, or you're just wondering what it's about, or you're curious, because 9 out of 10 times, guys, if you are curious or you're drawn to going to a medium or looking at tarot, and it's your gifts calling to you. It's your gifts calling to you, giving you that inkling, like you should, nudge. You should try to. You have this. You have it.
And so everybody does. Everybody.
And they do. They do. I'm a firm believer of that. I'm a firm believer on that. So, and then plus you create this amazing curriculum on that level, and you have all different aspects on here. And Sam does some healing on. He's got his healing modality he does, and he just did a really beautiful one that he was out on that was pretty intense.
In Santa Fe, on a mesa.
And then the crystals. I mean, guys, honestly, it's not that expensive to join Late Bloomers. I mean, you have a membership tier program and everything, and I think the first one starts at $11.11, so it's not even that.
It really isn't about the money, but we do have to support our platform.
Sure.
But at this point, what I like about it, what I like about the platform we're on is, if you join today, you don't just get the classes we have coming up. You get every class we've ever done. And we start at the very beginning. So we start with the grounding, centering, and protecting, because those are the 3 major things that somebody should know how to do when they're stepping forward. And so there's all of it. It's not just like from today forward.
Right. So what was, when you were going through your journey and you said, okay, I need to start this solid group where it would be much easier if I had something like this. Did you, because I mean, it's what I think is really kind of a cool thing is that you have a husband and wife team thing here, where you guys are both on this collaborated journey together.
Right.
Who initiated it first? Was it just like a thing of like you both were like this aha moment, or was it like, how did this go about? I'm curious.
The whole intuitive journey? Oh no, that was me. Up till a couple of years ago, Sam was just very, he'd listens, and but in the last couple of years, he's starting to go, okay, all right, now I understand where these messages are, because but when I first started, it was so interesting because when you open up, I mean, when you first decide, okay, I'm an intuitive, of course you're this lighthouse, right? So all sorts of weird things happen. And I'd be laying in bed at night, and we live in this like almost 200-year-old farmhouse at that point. And we'd be laying in bed, and you could watch, Ghost, the movie Ghost, and you see the shadows moving. Sure. Okay. Well, that's how the shadows in our bedroom would move. And he'd be laying in bed next to me going, please tell me you see that. I'm like, yeah, honey, don't worry about it. Just go to sleep. And then we started to do things. Chuckling with one of my very first spirit guides happened to be my father-in-law, who we didn't get along when he was alive. So I was like, really? Really? This is what we got? So we were chuckling about a really old school picture of Sam's. It was a horrible middle school picture. He was in this blue and black plaid shirt, and Jim had showed me an image of it, and I'm just chuckling. And Sam's laying on the other side of the bed, and he goes, what are you doing? Why am I seeing blue and black plaid? And I went,
oh, wow.
Wow. I think that was a really huge aha moment for him and myself, but he has come a long way. But for me, I'm just humbled every day to have connection. I have incredible guides that, you know how it is. They're just there for you, It's hard to explain. I know.
And you never know where you're gonna go, which is part of the journey, right?
Right.
So what do you find is the most common challenge for the people who join the group, or like some of the common questions that you get asked?
So this is actually 2 parts, because the most common challenge is self-esteem. It is that reassurance to themselves that I can do this, that I am worthy of this. That's where a lot of people run into issues. I can do this. This is natural. There's a lot of people that worry about religion that comes in, and being against that. And of course they're two different things. This is two different things. There's nothing to worry about. But the other part of that is the one question I get most often is, what are my gifts? And, what are my powers? Oh, please don't ask me what my powers are.
My spidey senses, help me, help guide me.
And I'm very firm about there are no powers. There are, there's natural gifts that we have. And for whatever reason, one, I do know why it's one of mine. My guides took pity on me, but, I'm able to tell people what their gifts are. So that helps a lot in the journey. But it is one of the major questions I get. What are my skills? What are my skills? And what people don't realize is you're going to have a launching point. And then other things start to build because you're growing in your expansion and your awareness. And, so.
And it comes all in different ways. I mean, it's, I had a really good mentor. Actually, she was actually my second Harmonite here. Anita, I had her on, and she does a lot of channeling, and she is an inner child coach as well. So she does a lot of inner child healing. And I remember when I went to see her, I had no intention of finding out what my gifts are or anything like that. I had an agenda. I don't know. I had an agenda of what I wanted, right, out of the session that I had with her. And it blew my mind that it went completely not what I expected. And I was like, I literally left that session going,
boom.
I just wanted to go and talk about my public speaking and how I can create a soul tribe group together. And, what is this about? My inner child. So I was very open to it. So listen, the first thing that I feel that happens during a spiritual awakening is when you are vulnerable. Your self-esteem is definitely on the table, but being open and curious is the biggest thing that allows you to have these opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one foot in front of the other. You'll hear me say that a lot of times in readings. It's one foot in front of the other. You take that first step, and then the next, and then the next. And all of a sudden you're a mile deep in the mire, going, "How the heck did I get here?"
And it changes. It really changes on there. Like I never expected to just be, I've been a tarot reader majority of my life, but I never did it in a point for other people. Right. So when I started getting to the thing where I was starting to do it for people, I'm like, what is happening? I'm 43 years old. I'm doing tarot. Like, all right, this is where I'm going. But it was just a part of my toolkit. And that was the biggest thing that I learned. I was like, I like that. I like the fact that it's a toolkit item. Like it's just getting there to use that so that you can basically learn that and then move on to the other thing. And if you can look at everything in your life, and this is bringing me to the next question with you, is have you found that all of the things that you've had experience-wise was lining you up divinely to the part of the toolkits that you have today?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I were to look darkness, but if I were to look back at my life and go, what would I change? What would improve my life today? I don't think I would change anything. Every single thing is a block, is a lesson. And I think the more spiritual work we do, the more we look in, the more we realize that everything we have learned something from to take us where we're at.
Right.
And in regards to my spiritual toolkit, I get 2x4 every once in a while to go, you're not listening. And I add to my toolkit, but every experience is relevant, I believe,
Right.
Childhood. Whew.
So what are some of your favorite things to accomplish? Because you have a lot of different services that you provide. And like I said, I was reading through your list and I'm like, I didn't even know she was an ordained minister. How did she throw that one?
Boom. I'm
like, that sounds like a story on its own.
I've done weddings. I have had people request me to do weddings. So I got ordained. And I had, of course, there's a lot of things on there we don't even put on because they just, like you say, the toolkit, we build it,
Right.
And it's so funny because what were we doing? We were just recently talking about doing your bio on
Oh yeah, that's right.
But what was the question?
But it's all right. We squirreled a little bit. It's all right. It's okay. We are talking about items on your toolkit and like if everything lined up for it to where you are today.
Okay. Some of my favorite
And
things. Yeah, my favorite things. Working with Metatron. I do love working with Metatron. He can be that rough father figure every once in a while, but I do love working with him. His messages are straight to the point and take me in the right direction. And it come through Metatron and working with Saint Germain as well, doing Akashic Soul Awakenings. So I work a lot in the Akashic halls. I mean, and it is one of those things that you don't see it on my resume because I've never taken a class in it. It is all from spirit. And the Akashic Soul Awakening is just the latest thing that they have handed to me, and I can only do like one a week. That's how intense it. You've not had one?
I had the soul tapping one that you did, the shorter one, which I want to do the longer one, but you didn't have that. You did the shorter ones.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience. And the funny thing, I'll tell you guys my experience. The funny thing is, during that, Lisa said to me, she goes, "They're saying your halls are really echoey. You don't visit your halls often." And I just started laughing. She was saying I'm taking the long way. Like I could go to the halls, right? So I can visit Akashic Records more. And I had just a month before that, I was channeling and I got a new guide called Klaus. And Klaus is my Akashic Records person. And so I kind of treat him kind of like, because I'm a video gamer. So guys, he's my companion that I go, "Hey, I need this information. Can you go there?" Oh. And all I kept thinking was, well, I don't go there. That's because Klaus goes there. I don't want to go into the halls. That's where my person goes.
I have people for that.
I have people for that. And I felt like such a snob when you said it because I was laughing, but it validated the spot that I was where you said it was echoes. I was like, oh, that's because I don't like going sitting in those halls. It's overwhelming for me.
I could see that. And the halls, the halls are accessible to everybody. Mm-hmm. You don't have to have someone to go in for your halls.
Right.
But I could see where it could be overwhelming, and we'll talk about this later.
You're like, we're gonna fix this for you.
I was like, for you. We'll talk.
It's all good. I was giving my experience so people could relate to the validation of certain things that came up.
No, yeah.
But it was amazing experience on there. And I've seen you. One of the things I love is when you do your mediumship and you channel like celebrities and stuff like that. It's one of my favorite things that you have fun with. And you get some of the stuff, like you just did Jimi Hendrix, and that you had some stuff in there that I actually was Googling because I was curious.
And that's what I do. I'll be like, okay, guys, somebody look this up because I have no idea, but the celebrity thing, never. Okay, let's be totally honest. None of this was in my scope of Lisa wants to do this when she grows up. Okay. Right. But the celebrity thing really just popped up in the last year where I'll be talking, and it started with Michael Jackson. No, maybe Princess Di. Might have started with Princess Di. But then I was talking about Michael Jackson one afternoon, and all of a sudden you have Michael Jackson standing there. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You go with it. So interesting.
Isis just said, how the heck did I miss Jimmy? You missed it. It was like 2 days ago.
Yeah. It wasn't a lot, Isis. It wasn't a lot. We're gonna.
Yeah, it wasn't a long one. She was giving up who we want to connect to, so we were giving her a list. But yeah, you had quite a list going on. People
have a list. Yeah, we'll get to it.
So, are there any before we get into? Because guys, I told you tonight, and listen, this is a big night for me because. And I love, Lisa, that you're on board with this because I don't do live readings a lot. So if you guys know anything about me, I do primarily collective readings, pre-recordings. I used to do live readings more often, but I'm kind of a little bit of an energy snob, not in a mean way. It's just that, I get kind of like easily worried about my energy fields and stuff like that. So I was excited to have this tonight because it was easier with two people because you can moderate a little bit. So I was like, oh, that will be fun. We can see what we can come on here. So we are going to be doing readings later. We'll see what comes up. Gosh, the comments are going flying here. Thanks, guys.
The comments. I haven't been able to see comments at all.
People they're responding really quickly here, and I'm a little overwhelmed because it's 3 platforms I'm on right now.
Okay. Just really.
So we're just going with the flow here. But I want to make sure we touch on anything that you have going on service-wise. I know, just so you guys are aware, I have my, for my regular viewers, I have a tarot class that I'm working on that is now released to the public. You can enroll in that. That information is on my website. But the cool thing is, guys, I'm collaborating with Lisa that if you are a late bloomer, part of the late bloomers group, you get $100 off, because I know these people in this group are committed to themselves. So I wanted to make sure that they got a discount that was, enough that I know they can do it. So
that is awesome. And I also want to add to that. Sorry, I'm going to add to that. I'm going to butt in. Tanya got on and did an intro little class in the late bloomers for us. That is just an amazing. And I have to tell you, and I've been saying this online since, and the first 10 minutes of class, my mind was blown. I've had a set of tarot cards since I was 16, and I'm going, wait, no, nobody ever told me that. I look at my cards totally different. I'm signed up, and I don't know. Did Sam sign up?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to look. I know you signed up for sure.
Yeah, he was talking about signing up too. And I know a lot of late bloomers have already signed up, but
a lot of late bloomers are. It's filling up quite quickly, and it's a small group. So I'm going to probably have a wait list for the next one. But I'm trying to keep it to the level because I want it, the kind of teaching style I have, and you already know this from the intro class. And if you guys are a late bloomer, you'll get that intro class. Like Lisa said, it's in her library. So it's in her library. So if you're a late bloomer and want to see the intro class, it's really not that expensive to join. And it's worth the $100 off, to be honest. But my whole point and teaching style is for you guys to be the captains. So yeah, we're going to talk about the cards. I'm going to give you easy techniques to go for, but I really am passionate about storytelling. I am a storyteller. I am an artist. That's where my passion is. And, I love using the cards and channeling, but I really like to find other people's passions and how they tell stories and bring that light up. So the only way to do that is if you guys run the show. So it's fun to have a group that collaborates with each other. And that's why I gave such a discount to the late bloomers, because I want people to participate. So if you're shy and you're just looking to watch the videos, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the class for you, because I'm going to be like, okay, presentation time. You guys have to be part of it. And it's not about judgment or putting you in the spot. I want people to feel comfortable and authentic and real. Mm-hmm. And that's part of having confidence. So it is also a confidence booster for you as well. For that. So you'll get that as part of the class. And it's 10 classes in 6 weeks. So it's going to be jam-packed full. A lot of fun.
I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. I really am. I love taking classes. I love taking classes. I think we can continually learn, and just.
Yeah. And you just had a great class too, with intuitive business. And I went into that just, because I wanted to hear and everything, but there was a lot of information that you were giving on there. So I just love the different classes that you have on the fly on there.
We try to keep it with variety. Like the next class is the crystal class. And the class after that, we're doing spirit art. So everybody gets to learn how to do their own spirit art to hang on the wall. So I know, it's exciting.
So and are you doing the fairy gardens too, or is that going to be
the last one in this month? Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to make sure I put your website up, guys. It's mymysticallife.com. You just go to the membership section and you'll be able to see all of her information and all the membership information on there. We're getting close to the half-hour mark, so I want to make sure we have time for readings. So I am going to ask you guys all to take the time to share, because sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Okay, because this is a chance for a reading live with us. So go ahead, start sharing. Good practice. Let's see what everybody's saying here. I can't believe, oh my gosh, there's a lot of comments here. Nancy says she loves classes, learning on the Soul Tribe. Nancy, I love already. Your group is already on here doing the train here. I'm like, I see the late bloomers are all on here already.
Can I throw out a whoop whoop?
Yeah, of course you can.
Can I get a whoop whoop, y'all, if you're in the late bloomers?
Yeah, they're all on here, the late bloomers. If you are on the Facebook group, guys, it's not going to be shareable. You have to be on the Harmonia Tarot public group if you're on Facebook. And of course, you can share, if you're on YouTube as well. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. For those of you who want a chance for a reading, there's a specific card. I'm pulling up the tea leaf cards here. I'm going to pull up a card and it's going to have a word on it. You're all going to write that word down, the key word. And then Lisa's going to pick a number. I'm going to give her a number sequence. And then I'm going to go down the comments and I'm going to pick that person. So you guys all ready? All right. First word.
Can see Constance. Hi.
Can you see the comments, Lisa?
I can see the comments. Can I comment on the comments? Okay.
Sure, if you want. I think you can.
Okay.
I think you can comment.
Hi,
All right. First word is camel. So everybody go ahead and write camel. Only one time. One time. Don't start writing like 1,000 times. So everybody start commenting the word camel.
This feed don't scare me.
The key word is camel if you want a reading. What kind of reading do you want to do?
Can I do dealer's choice when I pull when
Yeah.
it comes up? Okay. And I say that
Wait
because
a minute.
it could go anywhere from Akashic to animal totem to just general information to this is whatever their guides want them to know. That's kind of how I roll.
I'm going to give whoever is picked a question. They're going to get a question from me from with the tarot cards.
Gotcha.
Give one more minute.
Jennifer Vaughn's like, you know how many people literally wrote it down? Like, wrote it down?
How many people spelled camel right? How many people went quickly and was like, camel?
Spelling matters, everybody.
Just kidding.
Katrina McCabe, I hope you're feeling good. I know you're in the hospital.
All right. All right. Did everybody say it? All right. So I want you to pick a number from 1 to 15.
5.
5. Who is 5? All right, guys. Now, guys, I am simulcasting. So if you're like, I'm 5 on this list, that doesn't matter because I am simulcasting. So I'm seeing them in order. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have Isis. Isis has camel.
Okay. I have Isis. I just read for Isis the other day. And it was a spontaneous blurb. So for Isis, so let's go with how to do for Isis.
Do you want me to start with a tarot reading for her?
Yes, go ahead.
Would that be better? Because I haven't read for Isis before.
I know Isis.
You know Isis. I haven't read for Isis before.
Yes.
Isis, how about you? Do you have a specific question? Actually, and let me tell you guys something about tarot. It's always best when you say general, you're going to get a general answer. So if you have a specific question, I obviously don't do health or legal advice or anything like that. But if you have a specific question, sometimes you can get a little bit more detailed information. But I also know it's a public forum. So you let me know, Isis, if you have a specific question. Give her a second. Oh, Isis is at work. You want advice on work? That was kind of like a key word. I don't know if she. I don't know if she's saying she's at work or she's like.
She's asking about work.
She's asking about work. All right. General about work, I guess. Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, I'm feeling a little bit closed off here in my throat. So there's something going on where I feel a little overwhelmed. But let's see what the cards say. All right. We're starting off here with the Page of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and then the 7 of Wands reversed with the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, It's hard to see this card. This card it's part of the major arcana, but it's about a contract. So this to me is stating longevity of wanting to stay put or thinking about it. Okay. With the Page of Cups and the King of Pentacles, I feel for you with the Page of Cups energy is that you've been getting small offers versus wanting something larger. So I do feel there is a, the King of Pentacles is someone who's nurturing, father figure, older, supportive. But with the Seven of Wands, it's about allowing this person. I feel that you have someone in your work environment who's going to maybe look like it's a small offer, but the small offer that's coming to you actually is going to be a lot more stability for you. Okay. So it might seem small or seem like it's not enough, but actually with the fact of the Seven of Wands, which is kind of like being defensive about it, it was reversed. So when I see reversals with the Seven of Wands, this action is meaning that just to relax a little bit and take the small offer because this person actually has more or wants to present with you. And you're going to be tested a lot with your skills. So I feel like it's almost promotional or testing you for the waters or something in regards to promotion. If not promotion, it's this, ability to grow your toolkit, like we were talking about toolkit, so that you can move forward in something that is going to be more longevity for you to what you really want to do. Because with this energy of the Hierophant, I feel like this contract is rooted. So it's something where you want something that is a little bit more solid and stable, if that makes any sense for you. And that's what I got for you, Isis.
Okay. So I want to say, Isis, I want to say that I hear my soul song. So when you know this, when I hear my soul song, that means somebody is on the right track. They are really thinking about the one thing that they, and this is more individualized to you. You're thinking about the one thing that is going to make things go forward. Girl, don't hesitate. You know, I think that some of the lack of self-confidence in some areas kind of make you go, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just wait a little bit longer, another year. So, but when I hear the soul song, I know that means you really should be moving forward with what you're passionate about, and you will succeed. You will succeed. I know you'll succeed because that is just who you are. I mean, you have this great energy that you're putting out there. That good things are going to come right back.
Nice. Love it. I hope that resonated for you, Isis. All right. So let's see. The next word, guys, the next word is, put my cards. All right. You ready? You ready, guys? Turkey. Turkey.
Such a classy animal.
You got turkey. So start writing turkey down. Turkey. Thank you both. So appreciative. Great.
I agree, Laura. She can have anything she wants. Master manifester.
Giving you a second, guys, here. I just love it.
It's supposed to be our national bird.
Is it a national bird?
No, it was supposed to be our national bird.
Oh, okay.
Ben Franklin nominated the turkey instead of the American eagle. Just fun fact. Knowledge is power, you guys. Knowledge is power. Monologuing, you know.
Monologuing. All right, let's see.
Aaron, behave.
All right, we're going to do, it's smaller group here now, so let's do 1 to 12.
6.
6. All right, I have Karen. Karen, 1, 2, yeah, Karen. Karen, she's on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah. You going first? You want me to go first?
What would you like? What would you prefer?
I'll go. It's all good. I'll go. Karen, I want to talk about some angelic energy that hangs around with you. I'm trying to figure out which one it is they're going to give me. You actually have Archangel Raphael that's hanging around you lately. I don't know if it's you or somebody around you that needs some healing, but they really want to talk about your heart space, letting go of some old garbage and crap. And they actually call it like old crap. So I really feel like if you are looking to bring in some healing energy for yourself, really work with Archangel Raphael. He is, I mean, he's just like right there. And he's talking about, also, thank you. Okay. So he's talking about not just this lifetime, but this is something you've been carrying from one lifetime to the next and the next and the next. So you have an old soul injury, an old soul cord that's just kind of coming on through. So let's see if I can figure out where this comes from. And I am picking up, okay, I got you. Oh, that's kind of rough, but whatever, we're going to go with it. You cannot hold Akashic records against me. I am just the messenger. So please don't shoot the messenger. I want to talk about an old life where you were working in one of the oldest professions on the planet. Do I need to say anything else? Okay. So I actually feel you got very, very sick in this particular lifetime, and you were very, very young as well, because I feel like you were not particularly willing in this profession. I feel like you had been bought and sold several times. And you'd had some really, really rough people that had purchased you, I guess is the best way to put it. So there was some broken bones, definitely. So if you have any early pains in your body that you're like, where the hell did that come? Some phantom pains, that would be some old cords that come back from stuff like that. But I really feel like you passed away from some sort of lung issue where you were coughing up not just blood, but you had a whole bunch of stuff you were coughing. I actually feel like you had some sort of cancer that manifested in the lungs, and it was about all of the issues that you had going on in life. But also, I feel like it had a lot to do with an area that was coal. So there was a lot of mining going on. So it was kind of like you were at a mining camp at the end of your life. Really, really rough, nasty, hard life at the very end. And it really has created some effects in this lifetime, some resentments to other people in treatment of some of the ways that you feel like you need to be. And you sometimes have allowed people to treat you this way because of that connection. So I hope that makes sense to you, but you open your heart space, let that stuff go, cut it with some scissors, however you ask your guys to come in, ask Raphael to cut those cords for you, and you'll be able to move forward a little bit easier. Sorry, I never know where they're going when I start. I just start with a picture. So
it's all good. Karen, I was going to ask you if you wanted a question, but here's the thing. My mom just like popped in, and when she comes in, I'm like, I got to listen to my mom, and she's German, and she knows she wants to have a specific message. She was showing me, and I'm not, this is just channeled on here, but really what I was getting, there's something in regards to when you were a teenager, because a lot of the stuff that Lisa had pointed out are things that you have progressed through your teenage years that has affected you, and it has a lot to do with relationships. Okay. I don't know if you had a really bad relationship or breakup, but it's something that is clearing, actually something more in the 16 or 17 years age that I'm feeling. That's an inner child issue. So even though it's happening later in life, it's something that you're healing, an old wound, an old inner child wound. My mom comes down here and said, tell her that she's loved, So when it comes in this level, it's telling me that you need to hear this, that you are loved. You deserve love. So whoever broke your heart and you're putting all of that energy on that person, honey, you don't need to do that. Okay. That's putting it more on you. And I feel that you have gone through that. So I know it's not really much of a tarot reading, but I really want to let you know when she comes in, it's strongly meaning that there's a healing message for your inner child that you're working on. So I do encourage you to look at that and to evaluate that and sit with that. If you're into meditating and so forth, to sit with your inner child, especially at a teenage. So I hope that resonated. Let's see what Karen says. And I kept seeing, it's funny, they were showing me the 3 of Swords in my head, and I always see the tarot cards because they show me that as my dictionary. And they were showing me the 3 of Swords, Karen. It was kind of like, it was flipped halfway, like turned, meaning that you're healing and you're going back and forth. Can I just clarify the oldest proof?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's going back and forth, like, you know, like it's just flipping. She just said, can I just clarify the oldest profession is prostitution? Is that what you said?
It is.
Okay. Yeah, she's healing.
You also, your energy runs really, really deep. I mean, just like a really deep pool of energy. So I almost want to say, do you work intuitively? Because if not, you could. But okay, I'm moving on.
I feel like yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anybody who has that much deeper.
Yeah.
Pisces. That water energy for sure. All right, guys, the next word, it's not an animal, it's heart. Heart. All right, so write heart if you want a chance for a reading. Make sure you guys are sharing, okay? Make sure you're sharing. Hi, Johanna. My soul sister's on here. Hi, Jen. Nancy wrote Q. That's not even heart. What? Conspiracy theory? What are we going here?
I know. We don't talk politics online, guys. Just say no. I'm sorry.
We're fun people.
We are fun people.
Too funny. All right, let's see. Heart is still the word. I guess I should put it up here. Heart. If you guys are coming on here, write heart if you want a chance for a reading with Lisa and I. Thank you, Katrina, for sharing. Johanna, this is why I joined. I want fun. You're going to have fun, Johanna.
We're fun people.
I was already telling Johanna about Salem. I'm making her go with me.
Salem is going to be so much fun. Yeah. Salem is going to be a blast.
Yeah. Nancy wrote, sorry, fat fingers. She wrote you. I'm just busting on you, Nancy. We love you. All right. We have, let's see. All right, the group's getting a little bit smaller, so let's just do 1 through 10.
1.
Ooh. Well, that would be Johanna.
Oh, okay.
I know Johanna well.
Oh. So. Okay. Interesting. Energy. Oh, okay. So, wow, are you aware of knowing her in a past life? Yes. Okay. Okay. Sorry, not supposed to ask questions, but yeah. So I just feel like there's a connection. There's a big connection, in past life. And I'm going to actually go as far as to say, either Rome or Greece with you. And I know you and I have had this discussion before. I know. But there's and actually her guys actually call it a holy connection. So I know where we're going with this right out the gate. She's been a healer in many, many lifetimes. Many lifetimes. She's been a shaman in many lifetimes. People have followed her in lifetimes. I suppose I should be talking to Joanna. So Joanna, I leader, people will follow you. I don't even know if you do anything in this lifetime where you like listen to what I have to say, but they show your throat chakra as throwing off gold. They throw it showing off gold. They're like, if you listen to me, I am going to help you. I'm not all the end all do all, but I am able to help assist you in one way or another. And you create a wave of healing. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but also I want to talk to you about past lives. Absolutely. And they're just giving me a wide variety. Actually, they're talking between Rome and Greece. So you haven't just had this Grecian lifetime, you've had many in Rome as well. More in Rome than Greece. They keep coming back. Oh, okay. They keep coming back with, I don't know what goddess that is. What goddess is that? Who is that? Hera. I know that you've worked with the goddess Hera in a past life, absolutely, because they're talking about the close relationship between Hera and Zeus. So they're saying, hey, look, I've got a direct connection. So I really feel like you worked in some sort of capacity within that pantheon for her. And I don't know if you're aware of being clairaudient, but they talk about your clairaudience, that your internal dialogue goes like this all the time. And you have to really figure out, am I saying I and me, or you and we, and to differentiate between when you're talking to yourself or when you're actually talking to your guides, because your guides are really following you closely. Like they're like, that's so funny. And every once in a while I get this picture, and there's the old vultures in the cartoons where they're like, harump, 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 harump. And that's when I know that someone's being followed closely by a multitude of guides. I know it's the strangest way to say that somebody's being followed by guides, but or also the reference of hocus pocus when they're walking down the street, and then harump, 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 you know. So I know that you have like so many guides that work with you on a constant basis, but they would love for you to go into your halls. They want you to do some research into your halls and look into Rome. They want you to look into Rome, and they're talking about Diana. So I know they're talking about Artemis. They're also talking about the Pleiadians and your star connection being the starseed. I'm going to stop so you can talk. Okay.
I know Johanna very well. Johanna and I had the show together, The Breakdown. So her and I were co-hosts for a show for almost over a year. And yes, we've been friends for now online for, Johanna, date me, I want to say almost 3 years. Is it 3 years now? She's my soul sister. She's a soul sister for sure. But yeah, as soon as you said past live, I was like, yep. Now, Lisa had just no idea about the relationship that Johanna and I have. That's why I found it very fun to watch and humbling to see information that she pulled out on her. So Johanna, I went ahead and pulled cards from the Friends deck because I know you love Friends. We start off here with the Two of Pentacles next to the Five of Wands. Okay, and then the Five of Pentacles. Now I clarified the Five of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. So here's the thing. The Two of Pentacles is juggling of that indecisive of like feeling like you're doing too much or being overwhelmed. You know, obviously what's big on your mind right now is stability. Now finances, just because of Pentacles, it's like, okay, it's finances, but it's about stability. It's about physical stability. With the Five of Wands, it almost feels like you feel like you can't catch a break, or you have to work hard to get what you want, because you don't want to be in the place where you're having to work for pennies. And what's amazing about this energy, and you know, I know you obviously as a friend, but with the Knight of Wands, this is you taking actions of no more. I'm not doing that. Okay. So that's really following your actions and what's in your guts. So this is really profound for you, because with the Knight of Wands, it's having the passion and a drive to go, I'm not willing to work for pennies anymore. I'm not willing to be in that energy of lack or limitation. I need to move forward on there. So the cards are really looking in your favors of there. And the fact that you have two fives next to each other, 5-5, we know about fives, and they're all about change. It's like a numerology number of transformation. And we just went through 5-5. So that whole portal is all about transformation. So very cool. Very cool. Thanks, Laura. I think we have time for one more before we wrap it up. Let's see what word we got.
I can't wait for the tarot class either, Laura.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Trying to find a word that's not going to be too hard for you guys to type.
Like camel?
Camel's funny. All right, ready? Here, I got another funnier one. Ready? Ready for this one, guys? You're welcome. Gong.
Oh, I want a gong.
Like the Gong Show. Start writing gong if you want a free reading with Lisa and I. Make sure you guys are sharing.
Wasn't
one more.
Gong Show awesome?
I love the Gong Show. I just have so much nostalgia of watching that show with my family.
Right. It was so funny. Or the mask. Wasn't the masked comedian on that one?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't even know who that was, but you know. Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. How many gongs we got? How many people are gonging to get on?
I'm not watching, so I'm not feeling like I'm selecting somebody.
No, yeah. I just want to make sure I have a number, so I'm not telling you who it is. All right. One more second.
Jeopardy music.
Jeopardy music. All right, everybody, right? Gong. Okay. We're going to do 1 through 10.
2.
2?
2.
I was like, you ready? You going to say it? You're like, no. I'm saying it. All right. We got autumn on here.
Oh, autumn. Hot autumn. Autumn. What is this? Autumn. Autumn, you're rushing through something. You're rushing through something. If I'm getting this, I'm getting like, let me put these cards down really super fast. Let me put them down. I want you to slow down. Whatever it is, this is reference to, and I think you'll kind of get an idea. You'll know what I'm talking about. I need you to slow down, and I need you to take a nice deep breath. Okay. Take a couple nice deep breaths and just allow. They're saying, I am all the things I want to be. Don't push it. Don't push it, because what happens when we push too far? And I know this is all about your spiritual journey. I just do. When we push too hard, too fast, we slow ourselves down because we put so much pressure on ourselves, and we think this is something we have to process like this. This is not something we have to process. This is something we have to let in. This is something we have to bring into our heart and enjoy and have some joy. What does I keep doing? So I really would love to see you take some time to go back maybe to the ground center and protect. Make sure you're doing that every day. I also feel like there's an emotional issue that if you don't take care of your energetic field, if you're not taking care of what you need to take care of with that ground center protect, that you are going to allow an energy to attach itself to you. I know that sounds scary. We all have attachments. As a shaman, I can tell you, everybody on the face of the planet is going to have an attachment at some point or another. But it is just an old wound that you need to work on and help push out this way instead of allowing things to come this way because you're crushing yourself with expectations. Never go into a spiritual journey with expectations. Always go in with joy and allow things to come in instead of push that into your processes. I hope that makes sense.
Oh, I love that. Autumn, if you have a specific question to ask me, this would be time to ask it for your tarot. Guys, make sure you stay on because I'm going to do one collective reading. And Lisa, if you want to partake in the collective, more than welcome to. But I'm going to do a collective for everybody as well. This is for those of you. And you guys will know sometimes when you are listening to other readings, if it resonates, it's there for a reason. It's called piggybacking, or some people call it the postcard, meaning that it was just another nudge. A lot of that happens with you know, the levels, especially if there's mediumship. And gosh, we had the same thing that happened, I think, Lisa, with was it Tammy and I with our moms? Or her grandmom and my mom were coming in at the same time, and it was hysterical.
It was. I mean, I was going down and down and down and down and trying to eliminate. Nope, nobody would eliminate. Right. So let's do it.
All right, she doesn't have a question, so I'm just going to pull cards and what's coming on here. So here's the thing. You have the Page of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and then the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is those sleepless nights of being like, I can't sleep. I got a lot on my mind. I'm very worried. What are you worried about? It's whatever seeds that you have planted and whatever offers that you have that are in the making. So I want to validate this because there's something that is ending. And it's not a bad ending. This is it's creating room for something new for you to plant a seed. So the waiting and the small opportunity that is coming your way that I feel that you sense it already. I feel this notion of sensing something is ending. I think you have fear maybe of starting something new, but it's okay to let go of this. It's not something that you need to hold on to. Yeah, I don't even think you're really happy with it with the Four of Cups because this energy is like being dissatisfied. But you have something coming in here, and it is an offer, an opportunity that's going to be emotionally fulfilling. But you see how there's like a fox here with a little, and it's kind of praying around the corner. It's kind of like you're eyeing it like, I don't know if this offer is going to be anything genuine. It is. It is a genuine offer coming and fulfillment. So just know this person is here to give some support or some offering of some sort. Hope that resonated for you. All right. So let's see. Autumn says,
smart. She's like, I'm not actually on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, my channelers are primarily on YouTube versus Facebook, where you're more Facebook, I think, driven. So it's kind of cool to see the different groups meet up here.
Yeah, we simulcast to like YouTube, Facebook. I'm supposed to do Instagram, but
yeah,
it's hard. So,
all right, guys, I'm going to do one collective reading before we wrap this up. All right, so let's see what oracle cards we got here, Spirit. You are spiritually connected to those that you are loved. So this is connecting with your ancestors. So for many of you, you are getting synchronicities and messages, or you have someone heavily on your mind. You know, Mother's Day is coming up. So I feel like for those of you who have lost a mom, for those of you who resonate with this, or if there's a need to connect with someone who's very motherly, you do have somebody watching over you. It could even be a grandmother that I'm hearing in this level. But know that this connection, and my mom's here, so she's really pointing out Mother's Day. Know that this connection is because that they're you message. Wow, I've never gotten this many. Some of you have feel with this Justice card, Libra energy, okay? This is all about having balance, okay? This is about having something that's like just in a level of fair. What is fair? Many of you, do you see how she's to clear ancestors? So big reading, no, fair, what might be fair in this time, because you're clearing so much shit in the past lifetimes for so many other people. What's interesting here is what you're clearing. Ready for this? Queen of Wands, which is reversed. The Queen of Wands is someone who takes action, is very desirable, but when she's reversed, it's someone who doesn't feel they can take actions, or was very self-centered, right? Maybe was like played like a martyr in a sense, or was kind of like a Salem witch, kind of put it that way, the witch trials. Next to the Ace of Pentacles and Strength. Your ancestors are basically stating that you have the opportunity, and notice here that the Ace, look at this, guys. It's a tree. I always look at the imagery on here, but it's a tree holding that pentacle. So it's your ancestors stating they did not feel like they had the confidence or the strength that you have endured. So you're not only enduring their wounds, but you're enduring your own wounds, and you're clearing things. So there is a proud, like they're literally clapping. So this is like them being proud and clapping for how far you have come. Because this is what's clearing a lot of it. This, guys, this is what's clearing, okay? So you guys are ability to do that. I'm talking to a lot of healers on tonight, so I know that this is energy is for them. So that's pretty profound.
So I'm going to add to that just a little bit.
Sure.
You know, every single person on here and every single person that watches it from this day forward, you know, it doesn't matter, has that incredible soul team that's clapping for them behind them. I really do. And this isn't so much as a reading as an invitation to close your eyes for 5 minutes and give yourself that peace and that grace, and actually ask them to come in and feel them, because I can tell you that they are there. Right. And it doesn't matter if you had a bad relationship with somebody in this lifetime, or you had a good light relationship and they have passed on. The other side is beautiful. The other side looks so much different than it does here. And they're always going to come in, like my father-in-law that came in to be my first guide. You know, and I think that was an important lesson for me, was it's all beautiful and it's all available to us. So close your eyes for 5 minutes, give yourself grace, and believe in yourself for just a moment to be able to feel those loved ones on the other side, because they are your cheering section.
They really are. They really are. And it's pretty amazing if you're open to it, to see how many messages you are getting. Because I never realized some of the messages I was getting. I always thought were voices in my head, like, you know, like it's just me. But then when I was, you know, just talking to yourself, and then when you realize that the dialect's different a little bit, you're like, wait a minute.
Those pronouns, right?
Well, guys, we are wrapping up here. Lisa, thank you so much. Just a reminder, guys, if you want to join the late bloomers, her group is amazing. It's on mymysticallife.com. She's got the late bloomers. Just go to the membership tab, and she's got all different tiers on there, all different discounts. I'm telling you right now, the discount for the crystals is way worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I do the billing and I go, oh my gosh.
And if you guys sign up for late bloomers, you are going to get $100 off my Harmonia Tarot class. And she is the only one who has the code. So if you're not, so don't ask me for the late bloomers, you know, whatever it is code, because she's going to be the one who's holding it. I have to know if you're a member first to get that $100 off.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So thanks again, Lisa, so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. And Lisa's going to be on all of May. So for those of you who are in my Facebook group called Harmonia Friends, the deal with the Harmonia Spotlight is basically Lisa has the floor all month. So she can do, you know, answer any questions that might come up, or if there's anything you need to post, Lisa's going to be there. You'll see her anyway, because I usually share her stuff anyway, because she's on every morning. She's out and about a lot.
This every morning, though. This is not what happens every day. It's not.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you next time. Take care.